To make a CD wreath, you need some old CDs that you're not using. I used 14 for my wreath. A hot glue gun, some ribbon, and a scissor. The first thing to do is position your CDs in a circle for your wreath. You want to leave the holes in the center of the CDs open so that you can run your ribbon through. I used 14 to make my wreath. It made a nice circle. You could use the same. You could use more if you'd like your wreath to be larger. Take your CDs and be happy with where they're placed before you start gluing them together. And once you have them set in a good circle, start gluing them with hot glue in between each one so that they stay together. Once your wreath form is all put together and your glue is dried, you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to start feeding it through each of the holes. Choose one spot to start and bring the ribbon up through the back. Feed it through that hole and then down the next. And continue doing this up through one and down through the next, all around your wreath, and then we can fluff out the ribbon once it's all attached. It's going to take a little bit, depending on how thick your ribbon is. You might have to pull it through. Just work gently so you don't pop your CDs apart, and pull it through and go up through the next one and down through the next, and continue that all the way around your wreath. When you come to the last CD, pull the last part of your ribbon through. Then you can go around and you can make sure it's all facing up. If it's got two different sides and one side is plain, this one's kind of velvety on the one side and not on the other. Make sure it's facing the way you'd like it to look. Give it a little extra space, pull it, arrange it however you'd like. And then once it's the way you want it to look, cut both ends and glue or tape them to the back of your wreath so that the ribbon can't pull out when you hang it. Once your ribbon is all arranged, you can make a large bow and tie it to the top or the bottom of your wreath. You could decorate it with any type of embellishments you'd like. And you could take a soft cloth and just wipe over the DVDs because they probably have a lot of fingerprints. I know mine did just from all the handling. So you could wipe them off so that they shine better and decorate your wreath however you'd like. I'm going to show you how to make a quick and simple bow to put on your wreath. Take a piece of ribbon. You can use wire edged ribbon. You can use plain ribbon. You can use any color ribbon that you have. You're going to cut it depending on the size that you want it to be. Probably about a yard and a half long. And you're just going to take your ribbon and you're going to make one large loop like this. And the pieces that are at the bottom here are going to be the tails for your bow. So set them the way you want them to be. You want them to be this long. If you want them to be longer, use a longer piece of ribbon, however you want to set it up. But this is going to be your middle right here. And then you simply take the top of your bow, right at the top, and you're going to fold that down to the center here, and you're going to gather it all together, and you're just going to twist it together with a piece of floral wire or a pipe cleaner. Okay, so you take your piece of ribbon, make one large loop, crisscross the ends, just like that. Make sure your tails are as long as you'd like them to be. And then take the top, middle of your big loop, fold it down to the center here, and gather this all together and secure it with a piece of wire or a pipe cleaner. Once it's secured with your piece of wire, you can fluff out your loops. If you use wire ribbon, it'll make it easier to fluff up. Your other ribbon might be a little bit less flexible or a little bit droopier. Fluff up your ribbons. You can then take a small piece of ribbon, the same ribbon or contrasting ribbon. I took mine and folded it in 3 so that you don't see the edges. And I'm just going to wrap that around my wire so that you don't see the wire at all. And I'm going to glue that to the back. And then I'm going to trim my tails. I like to make them a little bit angled at the bottom. You can do that if you'd like, or you could leave them plain. But if you want to give them a little shape, that'll make it look even nicer on your wreath. Once your bow is arranged the way you'd like it, simply bring your wreath back in and decide if you want to hang your bow on the top of your wreath or on the bottom of your wreath, and if you'd like to add any other embellishments. Take care of your bow and your embellishments, and then take a simple ribbon or string piece and glue it to the back so that you can hang your wreath wherever you'd like. Once you've added your bow and your ribbon hanger on the top, your wreath is finished. You can hang it up somewhere where it'll catch the light, and you'll have a sparkly, shiny holiday wreath. Make a see-thee holiday wreath and hang one in your home.